And we begin today with a story you will only find on News Nation. A transgender activist and high school teacher turned murderer. Dana Rivers is set to spend the rest of her life in prison for the brutal murder of a family in Northern California. But the outcry over the senseless loss of life is turning to outrage as activists are speaking out against Rivers' right to be housed in a women's prison because she was born a man. News Nation's Nancy Liu is live. And Nancy, in many ways, this is pitting transgender rights against women's rights.
You're right, Nicole. Dana Rivers is now 68 years old, and her lengthy sentence means she will surely spend the rest of her life in prison. Criticism over where she is serving that time is likely to last just as long. She was a transgender activist, a former high school teacher, and a member of a biker gang before 2016 when Dana Rivers, born David Warfield, brutally murdered a married lesbian couple and their adopted son in their Oakland, California home. Prosecutors say Rivers shot all three victims as they slept, stabbing one of the women more than 40 times. At her arrest, Rivers was covered in blood, the scene described as a bloodbath. Last year, 7 years after the murders, Rivers was found guilty and last month sentenced to more than 150 years in prison. Her choice, the Central California Women's Facility, a prison housing more than 2,300 women and sparking outrage among some activists.
Dana Rivers is a man, and it is the position of Women's Declaration International globally that it's inappropriate to house male prisoners with female prisoners.
The Central California Women's Facility, located in Chowchilla, is the largest women's prison in the world. And according to a former inmate, the living conditions are tight and tough.
Well, I spent 5 years inside that prison, so I'm pretty well informed as far as how it works. This is a place that has 8-person cells. So there's 4 bunks and everybody has to cohabitate like that. There is no privacy. There's no downtime. You're not alone. 8 people sharing the living space, which is about 6 feet, sharing a toilet, a shower, and 2 sinks.
And the small cell and large number of people are concerning for those who believe Rivers should be housed with men, her sex at birth, and questioning whether the murders were a hate crime against women.
Rivers has demonstrated that he has nothing but contempt for women, including lesbians. It is particularly egregious to be housing him in the California Women's Prison.
However, a California law protects the rights of transgender inmates. The Transgender Respect, Agency, and Dignity Act, signed in 2020, requires the State Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation to recognize an inmate's self-reported gender identity and pronouns. But opponents say the law doesn't consider the rights and protection of the women being housed with transgender people like Rivers.
We would love to see the rights, privacy, and safety of women and girls as a sex class enshrined in law all over the country at both the federal and state levels. We would like to see the bill that permits Mr. Rivers to be housed in the California Women's Prison repealed, and we would like to see him move back to a male prison.
Across the country, transgender inmates are often incarcerated in facilities based on their sex assigned at birth, not their gender identity. Most states use federal guidelines to decide housing on a case-by-case basis. But studies show housing transgender women with men can be dangerous. The Federal Bureau of Justice statistics found roughly 40% of trans inmates are sexually assaulted in prison, and transgender prisoners are victimized at rates nearly 10 times those of other prisoners. But several incidents of women being raped by transgender inmates leave some female inmates feeling threatened, as more states consider laws similar to the one allowing Rivers to be housed in a small cell with 7 other women.
The case was exceptionally heinous, and the female population in the prison is approximately 42% lesbian and bisexual identifying. So that adds an additional layer of fear, unfortunately.
And because it was a lesbian couple so brutally murdered, activists like Ichikawa call the California law, quote, lesbophobic. Other states have passed similar legislation in an effort to curb the violence against trans women in men's prisons. Nichole?
Yeah, really a nuanced topic, this one. Nancy, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.